Hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to When the Night Comes. In the last episode, Camille was trying to explain all of the recent goings-on to August. The encounter with the creature, hearing the ghost of James, all of that. However, they have been interrupted by a knock on the door, and August seems very nervous all of a sudden. So let's see who wants in. A loud knock interrupts my train of thought, and August throws me a look. They suddenly seem uncharacteristically nervous. I tilt my head in question. It's time I made amends. Piper! Okay. Come in. The atmosphere immediately grows tense, both of them making a point to look at me and not at each other. Have I been tricked into mediating? I mean, if you have, Camille, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I mean, it's clear that Piper and August were really good friends, and August fucked things up. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I think out of the two of them, August behaved worse than Piper. Piper flew off the handle. However, she was trying to bring things to August, and August kind of chose to ignore it. They chose to believe what other people were saying over their very good friends. So, you know, out of the two of them, I feel like August is more in the wrong than Piper. And, you know, if they can go back to being friends, then, you know, maybe having a mediator to help them along isn't such a bad thing. Yes, apparently that's exactly what this is. Oh, Camille isn't as enthused as I am.
I hear you have something to say to me.
I let out a breath I didn't realise I'd been holding, thanking the stars that Piper is choosing to break the ice somewhat civilly. August clears their throat, rubbing their forefinger and thumb together. Seeing them unnerved is alarming.
Yes, well, I wanted to apologise, formally.
There you go, that's a good start.
And for the first time.
Oof. Yeah, August, this isn't a situation that's going to be solved like that. You know, an apology isn't going to cut it. Because, you know, August didn't believe her. They demoted her. It just... And I do believe that August said that that wasn't what they wanted. That was as a response from Harry learning what Piper had done. However, I think what hurt Piper wasn't the fact that August demoted her, it was the fact that they didn't believe her. I think if August had said, listen, I'm doing this because I'm being told to, but I think you're in the right, I think Piper would have been a lot more understanding. But as it was, August was very much like, oh, you're being crazy, you don't know what you're talking about, you're paranoid, da-da-da. And, yeah, Piper feels betrayed, quite rightly so, in my opinion. I would like to see Piper and August repair their relationship, but it's gonna take time. Piper strikes me as a woman who... she is loyal to her friend. She is ride or die. But if you betray her trust, you need to move heaven and earth to get back in her good graces. That is the kind of lady she strikes me as.
Yes, Piper, for the first time.
At least August is being like, yes, I fucked up. I'm in the wrong here. Like, they're not being combative about this.
If I could go back and change how I reacted, I would do it in a heartbeat. You didn't deserve any of this. And I'm sorry.
She looks angry, but also a little defeated. I imagine this isn't easy for her. It wouldn't be for me if I were in her shoes.
You really hurt me, August. It will take time for us to get back to where we were.
But Camille told me that you really do wish to make amends and that you're on our side in all of this, so I accept your apology.
Take however long that you need. Whatever I can do to make it easier, I shall. To prove to you that I mean it.
Aww. Piper quirks a single brow, a smile creeping onto her lips. Well,
I am not arm wrestling you ever again. I'd rather you drove a dagger through my heart, frankly.
I love that. Just, I'll do anything except for that. I'm not doing that. Oh, August. That's a bit drastic. Anyway, shall we discuss this plan of yours, Hunter Aberline? I smile at them. Hearing them use my title rather than my name feels strange now, even after their friendly little "I'm your boss" reminder. Oh, God, Piper's figured it out. Piper just immediately like, I'm on to you too. Then I see Piper's clever gaze flicking between us, and a horrible realization dawns on me. What's all this then? What's what? She scoffs, planting a hand upon her hip.
Don't play dumb. I see the way they're looking at you, and you at them. August is shit at hiding their emotions, and seeing something other than disdain plastered on that pretty face is unnerving.
Oh, Piper, I love you too.
You didn't go falling for each other now, did you?
Maybe. August does a terrible job of keeping their cool, their cheeks flushing a bright and impressive pink. Piper, please. Well, screw me sideways, you bloody did! Idiots! Don't worry, my lips are sealed, as long as yours stay away from one another's whenever I'm around. The plan... General, you and Ezra will see to the wards whilst Piper and I meet Finn in the catacombs. He'll escort us to the hidden entrance to the dungeons and be our lookout. There, Piper and I will enter and gather as much intel as we can, for as long as you're able to stave off the protections. We'll then leave via the exit in the forest, where we'll meet Finn again, making a hasty escape before anyone catches wind. In theory. Yes, in theory. August purses their lips, taking in the provided information. I see. And you're satisfied with this? That it's achievable without any of us getting caught? Piper and I share a glance, and she nods. I am, yes. Regardless, I think it's necessary. We cannot proceed with our investigation without seeing what they're keeping down there. Or what they're not keeping down there. This could change the whole investigation, August. Very well. I trust you. Both of you. I guess the next thing for us to do is visit the witch, then. Piper tilts her head at them, her eyes wide, and August sighs deeply. Sorry, Ezra. Well done! You're getting there! Just try it without the attitude next time, yeah? I'll wait for you at the entrance to the Casimir end of the catacombs come nightfall. Be careful, Merriman. I know you're capable, but be on your guard. Piper offers them a small smile, and it seems genuine for the very first time.
Always am, General.
Oh, Piper, I salute you. Be brave, girl, be brave. The shop is quiet, much like August as they stand stoically by my side. I spare them a glance, watching how they smooth their freshly pressed, clean outfit. Don't be nervous. Ezra doesn't bite. Don't get sassy with me. I'm gonna get so sassy with you all the time. I laugh at their non-threatening tone, and Ezra appears from the back room. Oh, good morning. August stares, almost as if they're paralyzed, and Ezra subtly flicks his gaze to me, a singular eyebrow slowly rising in question. General, didn't you want to speak to Ezra? I contemplate my next move, and decide to take my life in my hands, nudging August forward with a gentle hand. Rather than tearing my arm clean from my body, they simply throw me a glare and put themselves to rights as they come to stand in front of the young witch. Ezra, it's time I apologize to you. You know what, I'ma grab that for posterity. Oh? The shock on Ezra's face is evident, but he quickly recovers. Gus, you don't have... Yes, I do. I do. In the interest of not being here explaining all day, I'll keep it short.
I should have never left Argyria the way I did. Or at least without giving you an explanation. I owed you that, and I'm sorry I was too caught up in my own issues to bother.
And I certainly shouldn't have treated you the way I did towards the end of your time under my tuition, nor the time in which we've coexisted here. You know what Oberon and Lady Adalia were like. They always made comments about how you were surpassing me, about how disappointed they were. So, Oberon and Lady Adalia, those are August's parents. I remember that from one of the earlier Codex entries. They run a, it's sort of like a witching school, I guess. It would make sense that they'd send their child there. Okay, so they both went to this school and August was Ezra's tutor. Oh, and things kind of fucked up. Oof.
That's because you taught me. I'm powerful because of you. I wouldn't be half the witch I am today if it wasn't for you. I continued my studies long after you left, all from your books.
August looks like they don't quite know what to say. Colour rises to their cheeks, and they quickly avert their gaze as Ezra continues.
Your skills remain unparalleled, and your parents were fools not to see that. I still look up to you and could still learn from you.
My healing is still something to be desired.
Well, you can't be good at everything.
They share a smile, and August looks like a different person. They stand a little taller, like a huge weight has been lifted. Making amends suits them. I accept your apology.
I should never have blamed you for the insecurities my parents planted in my head. I can't take back what happened, but we can move forward.
We can. We will. Ooh, ask about where they grew up. Ask about moving to Lunaris. I want to know what this Agria is like. Well, Agria? I can't remember what, how they pronounced it, but I want to know about where they came from. What was it like growing up in Agria?
Incredibly boring, but enchanting nonetheless.
I like that as a description.
Perfectly summed up. There was nothing very special about it, but it was strangely charming.
The only interesting thing to do there was to learn magic. Witches would flock there to learn at the academy August's family ran. Some of the finest witches in all of Escria taught there, including Gus.
Ezra becomes wistful, a fond smile crossing his lips. August, less so. True to their nature, though, they roll their eyes at the compliment. I'm hardly one of the finest. Liar. I was honored to have you as my guide, no matter what you say. My family couldn't afford the tuition, but Gus saw something in me and took me under their wing anyway.
I fondly remember the look on your mother's face when you told her you would tutor me free of charge.
August grimaces, but their smile betrays them.
I do miss making Mother angry.
She was just annoyed that everyone could see that people are able to flourish outside of her precious academy. And how did you end up moving to Lunaris? What made you both move here? Harry had visited my parents' academy in search of new recruits, strictly witches. I no longer saw a future for myself in Agria. My parents had all but disowned me, and it felt good to be needed. The promise that I might do some good if I took up a position in the Enforcers was too perfect to pass up at that point in my life. Ezra clears his throat. Do you regret it? Leaving? A pause, but just a quick one, and August answers confidently. No, but I regret how I left. How I let my friend down. Everything happens for a reason, Gus. It's in the past. What about you, Ezra? His smile fades, softens. After my father passed, I felt a little useless at home. I worked tirelessly to raise money to buy my own shop. I just wanted to help people like he always did, in his own way. Magic was really the only way I knew how, and Lunaris just happened to be the first place where I might be able to afford a fresh start.
I'm so glad things worked out the way they did. Though things may not be perfect, I found family here.
Good for you, Ezra. Good for you. I'm so glad that you were able to resolve your issues. It's nice to see you both like this. Thank you, Camille. I'm glad too. Now, shall we discuss the plan? I'm pretty well versed on the wards that they, use. So with both of us, I doubt they stand much of a chance. Ezra scoffs. Trust me, they don't. Piper and I will head into the catacombs to meet Finn, and I assume that he'll be able to tell us when the wards are down? Ezra doesn't hesitate to respond, his words confident. I can definitely ensure that he knows. Our connection is very strong, specifically mine with his prosthetic. Yes, strong. Ezra's cheeks turn an impressive shade of red, and I can't help but snicker at the situation. Gus, please.
Oh, but I have a few years of friendly teasing to catch up on, Mr. Leon.
Nice.
Oh? Does that mean I can tease you about your relationships too, General?
He makes a good point, August. Teasing goes both ways. August's jaw practically falls to the floor. Their gaze flicks to mine for a quick second. I don't know what you're talking about. Ezra winks at me, and though it's nice to see them teasing each other in jest, I am slightly impressed that Ezra had caught on.
Don't play coy. I haven't seen you this happy in years, and I know it's not work making you glow like that.
I am not glowing.
Oh, August, you're always glowing. I think you glow. I hum, tilting my head and looking them over a little mo? I'm gonna, what? That has to be more, right? I hum, tilting my head and looking over them a little more. Maybe a little. You. Anyway, back to the plan. Have you heard from Harry at all since the night of the last murder? He's been around, though he seems to be avoiding me. He's keeping to himself. That's not good. I cannot label that as suspicious, though. The man did just lose his husband. But I'll keep an eye on his whereabouts. I don't think we won't have to worry about him looking for us, though. He's distracted. So we're good to go, then? They share a look and nod in unison. I see August looking at me, sensing that they want to say something, privately. Ezra notices too, and he pulls a piece of parchment out of his pocket. I just need to get something from out of the back room. Won't be a moment. As soon as he's disappeared through the curtain, August steps close, nervously rubbing their fingers together.
Promise me you'll be safe. You don't know what they're keeping down there.
Oh, sweetheart, I can't promise that. I can't promise that for, the exact point that they make. We don't know what they're keeping down there. Well, I'm glad I have another option, and I'm glad it's a flirt. The look on their face is nothing short of terrified, and I can think of only one thing that I long to do to comfort them. Come here.
Excuse me.
I laugh, shaking my head. Please come here. They relax a little when I tug them close and move my hand to cup their cheek. I'll be back before you know it. Right here, just like this. I know you will, but swear it anyway. I lean in and August tips their chin in invitation. Our lips meet, and the kiss is soft and fleeting, but still full of promise. I swear it. August exhales a shuddery breath, pressing their palms to my chest, their cheeks blossoming pink. Well, you'd better be off then, I guess. Goodbye, August. Oh, I do so hate goodbyes. I head back to the wolf to prepare myself, now fully kitted in my armour, my weapons safe in their holster. I begin to slowly make my way towards the main entrance to the catacombs. The air is chilly and the sun is already low in the sky. We must wait until sunset to ensure Finn and the clan can safely assist. But as each minute passes by, my gut feels heavy with anticipation. I hope this works. I hope we don't get caught. More for Piper and August than for myself. I have so many people relying on me. I absolutely cannot let them down. Leaving Agria, August walks full pelt towards the door and shoves it open with a firm palm, grateful for the fresh air that hits their face, fills their lungs. Their cheeks are hot, heart thrumming frantically in their chest, and they need to quell this burning, building rage before it consumes them. Anger, pain, jealousy, all swirling around like a vortex in their mind as a quiet and utterly too polite voice rings out behind them. Gus, I'm sorry, I didn't what? They spit, caught off guard by wide, earnest green eyes as they turn. Always so bloody earnest. Ezra looks up at them, and August notices that he's getting taller by the day, slowly becoming the person August always pretended they could be. They straighten their shirt, nostrils flaring as they compose themselves. You don't even try, do you? Ezra doesn't respond, doesn't understand, but he follows them dutifully as they head for the garden, sitting quietly on the bench behind them, that stupid leather-bound notebook that he's never seen without clutched tightly in his fingers. They sit in silence, and every now and again August will feel those eyes looking up at him, and they wonder what they'll find if they meet his gaze. What the young apprentice feels. Admiration? Awe? It used to be both, but August has made damn sure that he changes his mind. Those feelings faltering, fading, if not completely faded. Now it's probably pity. Yes, pity, that seems about right. They think back to the times when they'd walk him to school, always teetering on the edge of annoyance when Ezra wouldn't shut up about the latest incantation he'd mastered, or the complicated potion he'd brewed. But the fear of the boy overtaking them was never there. He was just a child, of course, always more than a few safe steps behind August and their talents. So what changed? He's better than you. He's younger and he doesn't even try. You're brilliant, Ezra, and I'm... Ezra rests a warm hand upon August's arm, tries his hardest to catch his gaze, dipping his chin. You are too, Gus. I've always looked up to you, learned from you. He drops his gaze. I don't know what I've done wrong. August scoffs, rolls their eyes, pulling their arm free of his touch, a little rougher than necessary. I'm leaving. I'm done here. I can't listen to one more person say how disappointed they are in me. They stand, and Ezra stands with them, waits by their side expectantly, like the lost little puppy he always has been, always will be, too bloody nice for his own good. Gus, please don't leave. I still have so much to learn from you. Where will you go? They roll their eyes at that, knowing that they have nothing more to offer this young witch. I'm going to join the Enforcers. I'm going to be better, to make myself worth something, to matter. I don't know. I'll find some other boring little town to settle in, I suppose. They sigh, staring anywhere else but at Ezra, feeling a pang of guilt, knowing those emerald eyes will be rimmed with tears, edged with sadness. Just not here. They finally turn to face the young witch, wondering how things might have been were they not so selfish, so utterly transfixed with being better, faster, stronger. I wish you well, Ezra. Before Ezra can open his mouth to respond, August is gone. A mere silhouette amongst white rose bushes, shoulders fixed, head held high, but inside they're screaming. Goodbye, old friend. The Willenheim Academy. When the stigma surrounding the unknown around witches came to calm, people like Lady Adalia and Sir Oberon Willenheim seized a golden opportunity. Witches can be a glowing commodity. With the idea of superior grooming and breeding, along with the presence of the enforcement agency, the Willenheim Academy of the Arcane was founded. Established in Agria, the Academy quickly rose to become the place to enroll as a witch who wanted to succeed above all others. The Willenheim's powers were long unmatched, and enrollment with their schooling would be a near-assured place among the most elite witches. They were also known to have dealings and guaranteed placements with the Enforcers, and if not, a comfortable life with the merits of attending their school. Well-educated witches can virtually have any occupation of their choosing, but it is universally considered an honourable aspiration to be placed amongst the Enforcer ranks. The idea of serving the country and representing their kind an attractive one. Some also consider the Academy to be a place for redemption of sorts. Somewhere where witches should go to make up for any previous instances of hysteria, and also to communicate their desire to keep their powers in check. All in all, the Academy is highly regarded, and their students that follow a very strict regime leave as a higher status than that of their peers. Previously, the founders had sought to have their child, Augustus Willenheim, as the next ruling head, but they are currently known to be stationed as a high-ranking enforcer in Lunaris. No word from the Willenheims about a change of ownership has been heard, despite their long insistence that it would be their seemingly reluctant only child. And you know what? I think I'm going to end this right here, just before we break into the dungeons. In the next episode, we see if we can pull this off, but until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.